All right. All right. All right. Let's go and get started here. What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody? Hope everybody's doing awesome. I'm excited. What's up, Oscar and Joseph? Who else we got on here? We got the other Joseph. Sounds good. We got Fernando Rangel. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. By the way, do me a favor, share the feed. If you like the title by itself, I guarantee if you like the title, the content is going to be a lot better. So share the feed, share the feed, share the feed. I'm going through a 2016 notebook. It's actually like a planner, right? What's up, Edna? It's actually a planner. And Lewis, what's up, brother? Let's talk after this call, Lewis. We got some pending business. So, and I'm going through a bunch of notes that are in here, and one of the things about personal development that I've been taught is you have to learn, unlearn, and relearn, right? We have to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And one of the things that I do as a part of my personal development is I don't just listen to audios, listen to podcasts, read books, and listen to books, but I also review my notes on the stuff that I learned many, many years ago, because I also like to see where my mind was at then. Sometimes I see things that were powerful to me then, and then I look at them now, right? And, I realize how far I've come. Does that make sense? So anyways, with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. By the way, Dan, I'm going to block you right now, bro. Keep it up. So let's go ahead and get started, man. So anyways, I'm excited for you guys to be here. I'm excited to share this information. I haven't done a video in a while, so we're going to jump right into it. For those of you guys that know me with my speaking engagements and my personal development and my seminars, you guys know that I talk a lot about mindset. I talk a lot about, having a warrior mindset. And my tagline is warrior that shit up. A lot of people call me Mr. Warrior that shit up. And because, I just think that that not, especially nowadays, there's not there's not a lot of people that are very mentally strong. I think most people are mental midgets, right? What's up, brother? Everything is up. That's right, Oscar. My buddy Oscar. So a lot of people are mental midgets, you know what I mean? And then I have found, this is my personal experience, that a lot of people that want to accomplish big things, they want to accomplish big things, but their problems are always bigger than they are. You know what I mean? And that's not how you're going to accomplish big things. The bottom line is, one of the things that successful people have that unsuccessful people don't have is the fact that they are bigger than their setbacks. Les Brown says a setback is a setup for a comeback. And then the most successful people in the world, they are bigger than their problems. Matter of fact, we don't look at them as problems. What's up, Alex? We don't look at them as problems. It's a situation. Let me give you the first tip. Here's a golden nugget, man. First tip. The first tip is this. Okay, we get paid based on the size of the problems that we solve. So it's not a situation. If money or people can solve it, and this I've been saying for years, man, but it's just as true now as it was then. If money or people can solve it, what's up, Marianne and Kevin? If money or people can solve it, it's not a problem. It's a situation. So mental midgets, and excuse the word, but it was catchy, right? So it gets more people to view the video versus not. But it's true. Here's the deal. Mental midgets look at things that are not problems, they're simply situations, and they make them a problem. And the reason why they make them a problem very often is because they declare them as being a problem. By the way, if you guys like this feed, share it. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay, okay? And let me know in some hashtags what you're getting from this, if it's a phrase or if it's a word or whatever the case may be. So don't declare them as problems, simply they're situations, okay? So with that said, let's start with the first one. Mentally strong people work hard to get what they want. Not only do they work hard to get what they want versus mental midgets think that the world owes them a living. Rocky in Rocky 6, his last Rocky movie, says, hey, nobody owes you a living. Nobody owes you nothing, right? So, and unfortunately, I've got to be honest, and I'm not saying that everybody in this scenario is there, but a lot of the younger people that I see, they're so entitled, like the world owes them a living, like they have to, like they don't have to work as hard. I mean, I got a friend who just opened up a burger room. Shout out to Wences, and he was telling me how he's interviewing people, And how people keep saying, well, do you mind if I like to have 2 days off back to back? And these are 18-year-old kids, 19-year-old kids that are trying to get, make some money. They're getting into their first job, and they say dumb things like, you think I could get, 2 days off together, preferably 1 day out of the weekend. At least I say I get Sunday and Monday off because I like to have 2 days off together. And I'm thinking, I was telling him, matter of fact, it was Wences and Mario and myself. We're at the mall. We had a meeting. And I said, when I was 14 years old, I didn't have a social security number, so I couldn't go in and get permission to get a job. So one of the teachers at the karate school gave me a job working odd jobs with him, doing plumbing, doing roofing, doing carpeting. And I didn't care that it was a weekend that I wanted to have time. If I didn't have a karate tournament, I was working, and he paid me $50 for the day. Then when I turned about 16, after, because sometimes I would work with him, sometimes I wouldn't. On my vacations, I would literally leave for about 7 hours as a 16-year-old kid, walking the streets of Huntington Park, California, Linwood, California, Southgate, California, knocking on businesses, asking them if they needed somebody to do anything, because I was looking for a job, right? And it didn't matter what the hours were or what the days were. I needed to make some money to help my single mom. So I guess it's these things that mold us along the way, right, that make us mentally strong versus people. That's why I cannot stand people that are entitled, that think that the world owes them a living, right? So anyways, that's one of the first differences. The next one is that mentally strong people refuse to be people pleasers, okay? Mental midgets, they want to please everybody very often. There's a training where I go into that there's 4 types of people. There's a person that wants to be liked. There's a person that wants to be comfortable. There's a person that wants to be right. And there's a person that wants to win. The one that wants to win is the only one that achieves big things, because the guy that wants to be comfortable is dead in the water. Success exists outside of the comfort zone. Try to get in the best shape of your life. See if it's not more comfortable to eat unhealthy than it is to eat healthy. See if it's not more comfortable to stay in bed or to wake up an hour and a half or 2 hours earlier to go to the gym. See if it's more uncomfortable to do these things. It is more, success lives outside of the comfort zone. So successful people, here's a little golden nugget, right? So I'm expanding on this. Successful people, successful people start by getting outside of their comfort zone and eventually live outside their comfort zone. They start by getting outside of the comfort zone because they understand that's where success is. Then they realize, the more time I spend in this circle, which is my comfort zone, the less success I have. So they get out more often, till the point where they live outside of their comfort zone, and their comfort zone, their old uncomfort zone becomes their new comfort zone, and their old comfort zone becomes their uncomfort zone. Does that make sense? If I go back into hanging out with some of my buddies that don't have a goal to help a ton of people or to help their family or to become filthy rich, I just don't feel that comfortable in that environment. Like, God bless them, good for you, but I want to help a gang of people. Like, I help orphans now. I don't talk about it much, but I don't help nearly as much as I would like. So until I am worth $100 million minimum, I'm going to work my ass off and get uncomfortable, right? Get uncomfortable. The thing is, I work 8 to 10 hours a day now. I used to work 12 to 14 hours a day, but now I have my son. So I dedicate a lot of time to my son. But the time that I work, I don't have time for chit chat. I don't got time to make friends. I got time to make phone calls. I got time to make sales. I got time to build businesses. I got time to inspire people. I got time to get shit done. And I don't care if some people think, well, he doesn't have a lot of time for me. He's not very nice. He doesn't talk that much. Hey, there's no time to talk. It's time to work. If we ain't talking about getting some money, or we're not talking about helping some people, I don't have nothing to talk about. In my leisure time, we could talk about that other stuff. But see, I'm doing this for something bigger than somebody else's feelings that might not feel good, right? You know why? Because that person's feelings is not going to get me to feed thousands of starving kids around the world. So I don't care. Does that make sense? I'm not a people pleaser, and I refuse to be a people pleaser. And that is the difference between strong-minded people and mental midgets. The next one is that they know their worth. Mentally strong people know their worth. These other people desperately need other people's recognition. I don't need anybody's recognition. Let me give you a little tip, that kind of leads to this. The more success you have, the more envy you have, you will lose friends and you will get more people to talk about you. I'll give you an example. I've taught this for many years. Rich people are busy getting richer. Poor people are busy trying to look rich. I had a Maserati, right? It's like a $1,100 a month payment. It was a 3-year lease. And I bought it, and then I did the math on how much my Forex accounts were making, my life insurance, my crypto accounts were making, and I realized if I get a 5 Series Beamer, it is a $500 payment versus an $1,100 payment. That's $600 a month. I said, no. Nowadays, I don't drive around to people. People come to me. I don't go, like when I was building my network marketing business, I would drive to people all over the place, and so they could see my car more often. Then I realized my car is parked in the back in my parking lot of this building. Nobody ever sees my car. What in the world is the point? And a BMW is significantly better. So now I added not $600. You know that $600 difference between the Maserati and the Beamer? I got a 2018 5 Series Beamer. I am going to get the 8 Series when it comes out later this week. But the people that were talking negative about me don't know that. But that doesn't matter that much. The point is, I said, I bought it, in December? I said, I'm going to buy a 5 Series Beamer. Then I'll wait till the 8 Series comes out. Then I'm going to lease that one through my corporation. And that's a business expense. Anyway, that's another point. That car's not out yet. Nobody has that car. So I said, in the meantime, I'm going to add a minimum of an extra $600 a month to my accounts to grow my wealth. Because successful people know that you pay yourself first. You pay, the number that you should pay yourself first is 10%. What does that mean? Whatever you make gross. Let's say you make $10,000 for the month. Gross. You take $1,000 and you pay yourself. You put it into one of your investments accounts. My example, my Forex account made me 11.2% last month. Okay? 11.2%. So if I put $1,000 into that account, just an extra $1,000, that would have been an extra $111 that it made me. Okay? An extra $112 that it made me, actually. That's powerful, right? So, anyways, it comes to my ears that some people are saying, yeah, he doesn't drive a Maserati and stuff, and he doesn't have as much money as before. And I'm thinking, that's actually better for people to think that, keep a low profile. I'm not saying whether I make more money now or less money now, that's nobody's business, it doesn't matter. But the point is that mental midgets talk about other people, right? And they desperately need other people's recognition. Mentally strong people don't need other people's recognition. They know their worth. They mind their business. They stay in their lane. When I was younger, I used to be more flamboyant. I used to like to talk about. Now, not necessarily. Now I have a family. I'm married. I've got a beautiful 4-year-old son. A beautiful wife. By the way, here's my wife right here. Right? Look at that. Look at that beauty. Right? I don't really care about other people's opinions. You think other people's opinions are gonna help me help my mom? Help me be a good... Oh yeah, I want to tag her. And that's cool. This thing has... I showed a picture of Jennifer, and then it asked me if I wanted to tag Jennifer in the post. That's cool. Anyways, guys, let's go to the next one. Okay, mentally strong people versus mental midgets are willing to wait for results. Mental midgets demand immediate results. Meaning they don't have the discipline to wait for things to happen. They live in a microwave society. Fast food is not fast enough. While mentally strong people understand that it's a process. Not only is it a process, but it's a process of doing the right things repeated over and over. There's a couple of reasons why people don't achieve what they want to achieve. It. Number one, they're either not doing something right, or number two, they're not doing it long enough. Because it isn't enough to do both, to do one or the other. You can't do the right thing for a week, right? You can't eat right and go to the gym for a week and expect results. So that you got to do the right thing and you got to do it long enough. Some people, what they do is that they do the wrong thing for a long time and they don't ever experience results. For example, in network marketing, one of the major mistakes that people make in network marketing is, there's a lot of them, but one of them is they don't follow up enough. Their problem is that they take no for an answer. I'll give you an example. You got my buddy Anthony Napolitano here. This kid is in his early 20s, makes more money in a year than what most people make in a lifetime. Get that through your head. More money in a year than what most people will make in their lifetime. Okay? Ridiculous. And I'm sorry to put your business out there, bro. I hope you don't mind. I should have probably picked my words better, right? Not everybody wants that information out there, but he knows I'm saying that out of love. This kid, since I met him, okay, has been on a grind following up with people, traveling the world, building his business, showing the plan, not taking no for an answer. He is demanding results, but he is putting in the work on a daily basis. And he wasn't discouraged when he was only making $1,000 a month. Then when he started making $1,000 a day, guess what? It was well deserved. Mentally weak people, mental midgets, they want instant results right away. And if they don't get them, guess what? They're out. Okay, that's the difference. Next one is mentally strong people keep going. They keep going even when they fail. Mentally strong people keep going even when they fail. Mentally weak people, mental midgets, give up when they fail. Okay? There's a saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Mental midgets are, when the going gets tough, I'm out of here. I quit. They fail when they quit, and successful people, those mentally strong people, fail until they succeed. They asked Watson, one of the owners of IBM, one of the creators of IBM, they asked him, what is the key to success? He says something that's so key. He says, double your rate of failure. Double your rate of failure. And that is absolutely true. And the reason why is because think of the programming. Since we were at an early age, the programming was in school. You take the test, right? You get something wrong. I don't know about you, but in my school, they mark that. They circle it in red. You got, let's say, 10 questions, 1 wrong. If you were me, you got like 9 wrong, right? I wasn't the brightest kid in school. I was never very motivated. But anyways, let's say you got 10 answers, you get 1 wrong. They circle the wrong answer in red. The system is designed to be a fault finder. Instead of focusing on the 9 that you got right, they focus and they really highlight the other ones that you got wrong. So if you fail, you know, kids laugh or whatever. It's just overall looked at as a negative thing. So people, when they get older, they view failure as a negative thing, when in reality, it's not a negative thing. Very often, I would even venture to say that more often than not, it is more positive to fail than it is to succeed, because you learn more from failure than you do by winning, right? So, mentally strong people keep going despite a failure, okay? This is a good one. Mentally strong people versus mental midgets. They not only do they live in the present, are they excited about the present, but they pre-play the future. Check this out. Mental midgets, they don't even enjoy the present, and they dwell on the past. They don't enjoy the present, and they dwell on the past. Guess what? What you focus on, what your thoughts and your words focus on and your emotions feel, you attract into your life. So mentally strong people say, that happened. Everything happens for me, not to me. There's a difference. Everything happens for me, not to me. Cliff, what's up, brother? This is one of my original mentors since 2001. Okay, one of the best in the business. Mentally strong people, not only do they live and enjoy the present, they learn from the past, but they pre-play the future. Unsuccessful people replay the past. They replay the past failures and setbacks. And because of that, they dwell on the past and they feel sorry for themselves. They become a victim of the past. And that turns into an excuse as to why they're not where they want to be or accomplishing what they want to accomplish or whatever the case may be. They always have an alibi, but it's not them. Successful people know it's me all the way. Whether I have it or I don't have it, it's me. It isn't the president, it isn't my boss, it isn't my wife, my spouse, it isn't anybody. It's me. Okay? So, one of the keys that I would tell you is this. Pre-play your future. What does that mean? As a kid, we used to daydream. As a kid, we used to... I remember me, man. As a kid, I was a big daydreamer. When I was in elementary school, I used to daydream about playing, about getting home and doing stuff. When I was in junior high, I used to daydream about girls, right? There was a difference about the things I used to daydream about, right? And same thing in high school, right? Now I daydream about the future. I daydream about the life I'm going to give my family. I daydream about the people that I'm going to impact, the seminars that I'm going to pack out, the books that I'm going to write, how they're going to be best-selling authors, and all kinds of stuff like that. I daydream about those, my clothing brand that I'm going to own. I pre-play my future, and I am excited in advance, and I am grateful in advance for those things that are coming into my life. Unsuccessful people. When I was before I learned to have a warrior mindset, to warrior it up, and to have a bulletproof mindset, I used to dwell on the past. Guess what I used to also do? Hang out with people that dwelled on the past, that felt sorry for themselves, that made excuse after excuse after excuse. Then somebody told me, listen, man, you're telling me about the things that are going wrong in your life. Guess what? Those are tests that God puts into your life. And in order to have a testimonial, you got to first go through a test. Those are tests that God is putting you through, that your Creator is putting you through to create you and mold you into the person that you need to be, because you have greatness inside of you. Then I'm like, damn, in order to have a testimony, I got to first go through a test. You can't spell testimonial without the word test. So you got to be tested. This is God's plan. And I don't mean to sound like Drake. Drake doesn't believe in the God that I believe in. That's a whole nother story. That is God's plan for me. I got to go through this test. I got to go through this uncomfort. That is when you are tested. Your character is tested. They say adversity introduces man to himself. Adversity introduces a woman to herself. Adversity introduces us to a real self. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Mentally strong people have a big fight, have a lot of fight in them. They realize, I'm going to have setbacks and it's cool. If they're going to come on down. It's like, listen, if I got setbacks and challenges, it's like I'm stuck. I get into a cage with my setbacks and my challenges that my Creator has put for me. And guess what? When we're in that cage and it's locked in like the octagon, like the UFC octagon, guess what? Those challenges are stuck in there with me. I'm not stuck in there with them. Does that make sense? That is a mindset. Because why? Because I'm bigger than my challenges and my setbacks that come down the line. Mental midgets are smaller than their setbacks. One of the things to identify a mental midget is that they're always complaining. They're always pointing the finger. When I point the finger, there's 3 fingers pointing back at me. If you're not in the shape that you want to be, it's because of you. If you don't make the kind of money that you want to make, it's because of you. You probably stayed under the blankets. It was probably too cold to get up. I remember when I used to complain, I was broke, I didn't have a heater or an AC, and I was like, it's too cold to get up. Then my warrior self said, the reason why it's too cold is because you don't have a heater. And the reason why you don't have a heater is because your ass is broke. And the reason why your ass is broke is because your ass won't wake up and pay the price and warrior that shit up and pay the price. You're the reason why you're stuck under those blankets. And the reason why you're stuck under those blankets is because of that mindset, that piss poor mentality that you got. And you'll always be there till you get outside of your comfort zone and warrior up. So it's a little cold. Get up. So it's a little uncomfort. Get up. The next one. Mentally strong people feel happy for other people's success. Mental midgets secretly hope for other people to fail. Mental midgets secretly hope for other people to fail instead of celebrating their success, being happy for the success. If you want to repel success for somebody else, it is hard for success to come to you. You got to be happy for other people. You reap what you sow, and right there you're not sowing something good. Mentally strong people embrace alone time. Mental midgets always need company. Okay? We're not going to spend a lot of time on that. Okay? Mentally strong people, they feel open to risk and opportunities. Mental midgets are reluctant to taking chances. There's something I heard when I was 18 years old. They said the biggest risk that you can take, the biggest risk is not taking any risks. That is your biggest risk, is when you don't take any risks. So mentally strong people are willing to take risks. They're willing to fail forward. Okay? Mentally strong people are the masters of their emotion, while mental midgets let their emotions easily influence others. Okay? You got to control your emotions. Whether you're up or down 10, you fight to the end. That's a quote by Nelly. It's called Heart of a Champion. I recommend everybody listen to that song. Heart of a Champion. He says, up or down 10, I'm going to fight to the end. Control your emotions. And then finally, we're getting close to the end. See? They accept things that can't be changed. Mentally strong people accept things that can't be changed, while mental midgets expect everything to be under their control at all times, and that's just not the case. Things change. Things evolve. We evolve with them. We embrace it, we grow. That's one of the things that mentally strong people do, is that they're constantly growing. They're constantly working on themselves. That is the next one. Mentally strong people are in constant self-improvement and self-awareness. Mental midgets never work on themselves. Here's the difference. One of the things that creates me, listen, I don't want to get too deep into this stuff, but I'll say this much. The stuff that is fed to us on social media, or just in the media in general, is controlled by a group of people that don't have people's best interests. So the stuff that's programmed, that's given to people, is information, is stuff, right, that doesn't serve them, doesn't make them stronger, doesn't make them better. So if we go based on the things that we see on you know, in the media or whatever the case may be, that isn't the stuff that helps us grow. So you have to seek that personal growth. Study successful people. I recommend to my teams, read 10 pages of a good book every single day, or 30 minutes of a good audio or a good podcast. Study successful people. Okay. Anyways, that's the end of the video. If you guys like the video, like it, reshare it. If you're watching the replay, please comment #replay and let me know what you guys liked about what you saw. With that said, hope you guys liked the video. Have a good one. Take care.